What's going on, guys? Chelsea Studley here with another NCAA Dynasty video. This is the big game. We've all been looking forward to it. It's week 13. We've got Houston. Houston was up to number 4 in the country at one time before being knocked off, I believe. So this is not going to be a cakewalk, but winner gets to go and compete in the conference championship. So, we definitely want to come out on top of this one. Lucky for us, Jeffrey is back. He's healthy. So we don't have to worry about playing Bell or Dowell. So that's some good news. We got our starting lineup back intact. Um, yeah, let's talk about the conference championship game. Got me thinking about the new playoff system that college football will be putting in 2014. And so I did some research on it, and I really do not know if I like it. I don't quite. I mean, it's cool we're taking it, doing a playoff, but I think it needs to be taken to a totally different step, a different direction. Now, what I read, I don't know if this is completely right or how it's gonna work, but what I read is that it's gonna be a 14 playoff. That's determined. It's gonna be a 14 playoff, but the way teams are selected really bugs me. What I read said that a committee will choose the 4 teams after the regular season based on their record, strength of schedule, and stuff like that, and how they won. And to me, that's saying that 3 out of the 4 teams will probably be SEC schools because, I mean, I'm not bagging on any other conference out there, but SEC, I mean, that is generally a tough conference. I mean, you got Alabama, you got LSU, and Texas A&M or Georgia. So I mean, the way it's almost like the BCS except worse, I think. Now, if I were in charge of presenting a plan for the playoffs, really, I think they should do it like the NFL almost, kind of. Not really though, because in the NFL it is based on your win-loss instead of who actually wins their division. I really think it could be like the March Madness except smaller. In basketball, March Madness, I hope you're all familiar with that. It's just the college basketball tournament. They take the conference champions. The conference champions all are automatically put into this tournament, and then they do all these bids and at-large bids and stuff. But I don't think they need as many teams. I mean, you only need just the conference championships, the conference champions, not championships, the conference champions. And I'm not totally sure how many there are. I could probably count if I wanted to. Actually, I might. Let's see. You got the ACC, Big East, SEC, Big 10, Big 12, WAC, Mountain West, Sun Belt, CUSA. I don't think I'm missing one, so you got 9. So you take the 9 conference champions, and then you can take, what, 7 at-large schools, and do a 16-team playoff. And I really do believe that would work. A 16-team playoff with 9 conference champions and 7 at-large schools. And I mean, you're going to have a lot of those matchups. You see the top 9, you give those all their top 9 seeds, and you just fill in everybody else or everywhere else you need to. Now, I know you're going to have some matchups that aren't ideal. I mean, because you don't want to see. Not everybody wants to see the Mountain West champion against the WAC champion, although it might be a good game. Nobody really wants to see that. It's not hyped up, and that's why they're not doing it. But if they want a real national champion, I think that's how they need to do it. Because there's going to be plenty of good teams out there that won't get that national championship bid or even let into the playoff game because they didn't have the best strength of schedule. They could be they could have a great season and not have the strength of schedule and still not make it to the playoffs and get kind of shafted. And you saw it this year. Notre Dame made it to the championship game. They were undefeated. The current system says they're in, which is okay. It's the current system. But I honestly believe that Oregon might have actually beat Alabama. Oregon's defense is not amazing by any means, but their offense is. Their offensive high flying and got points on the board. But because of the system, they didn't get in. Now you're going to have teams like that. Maybe you have maybe Oklahoma State's like number 5 or something. Maybe they don't get in to the playoffs because they didn't have a hard enough schedule or they lost 2 games or something. But they're averaging 60 points a game, maybe. I don't know. Hypothetically, throwing it out there because they seem to score a lot of points. And they don't get in. And you see a matchup like we had this year, Notre Dame and Alabama. And if that were to happen in a playoff system, I would feel a lot better having a Notre Dame and Alabama matchup, right? Because of a 16-team playoff and having those two teams fight through it. I could like that game more instead of having a series of computers and coaches and media members decide who the best team is in college football. Because everybody knows that until somebody beats Alabama, it's going to be Alabama in everybody's eye. In everybody who polls eye, the computer's eye, the AP's eye, the coach's eyes. That's just going to be how it is, regardless of who's the best team, who really is. And I really do think Alabama is the best team. But if there was a better team, we wouldn't know. We would not know because of how the system is. And so, just my thoughts. I don't know if you guys agree with me or not, but I really do think having all the conference champions and then I think 7 at-large bids to make it a 16-team tournament, and then you just play through. I think that would work. I do think it would work. Or you could take the top 8 from the western side, cut the country in half, maybe from the Mississippi West and then East. You take the top 8 from the West and top 8 in the East, and you just take the top of both, and then you play those guys. That could be a good format. It could be a good little format, but it just won't happen. We know it won't happen, but it might be good. You never know. Anyway, those are just my thoughts. I don't know if that's how the playoffs are really going to work. I do know it'll be a 4-team, and I thought it was going to be BCS, which I'm not very happy about. But if it is this a committee, it's going to be pretty much the same thing. But anyway, leave your thoughts. I know I'm just kind of rambling on, but I really had an issue with the BCS for a very long time. And you might be able to tell, but yeah, I spent 3 quarters talking about it. Anyway, now that there's 3:15 left, we're looking like we're going to be in the conference championship game. We're up 31-7. The defense is playing an awesome game. An awesome game. They're getting me the ball back on the Houston side of the 50 every time. This fourth quarter, it's been awesome, been great. I've been watching it while I've been blabbing on about college football playoffs and thinking that maybe I should just start doing Call of Duty commentaries instead of talking over my NCAA, because I think that might work better, because that's generally how people do that. So I might end up starting that because I'm starting to feel a lot more comfortable talking in my videos, and so I feel really like I want to talk about my opinions a little bit more. I feel more comfortable talking. Anyway, I'm just gonna. This last 2 minutes, I am in the game. Actually, this last 22 seconds, we tacked on a field goal. Houston would get in the end zone. 34-14 is the score. We want more points on the board, though. Let's go, Jeffrey. Look at that. Look at that score. 41-14 is your final score. We took down the number 21 team in the country, the Houston Cougars, in a blowout. An absolute blowout. The winner goes and plays in the conference championship, the CUSA championship, in what my format would be a spot in the BCS playoffs. Anyway, it should be a good game. I believe that we're playing Southern Miss again. And we played them, and I'll put a link in the description in either this video or the next video, probably the next video when we actually play them. And I think we beat them. No, we did not beat them very handily. I think we beat them on a last-second field goal. So it should be a good game. So I would encourage you guys to come back and watch that. I'm excited to put it up here and play it. So it'll be a good game. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. It means a lot that you're watching this. It would mean even more if you liked it. Left a comment telling me you liked it, because I really do like hearing from you guys. Anyway, thanks for watching, and once again, we'll see you next time.